Hello everybody, welcome to another video about the Lord of the Rings living card game. Very happy to be making this video for you today because I'm finally getting some time to do some more Nightmare Mode playthroughs. And I'm doubly happy and excited because I've got a Harad deck to play, which I've been working on for a few weeks now. And I think it's starting to get to a place where I'm reasonably happy with it. It can take on Nightmare quests and beat them some of the time, which is a good place for any archetype to be, I guess. So I'll tell you more about the deck in a minute. Let's have a look at the quest that I'm going to play. I'm going to try Intruders in Chetwood Nightmare Mode, which is the first quest from the Lost Realm expansion. So you may remember this is the one where we have to get 30 progress on the quest, one quest card. And we can't win the game while the Orc War Party is in play. We have to kill them or take them out of play somehow in order to win this quest. In terms of Nightmare Mode, they haven't done anything to the kind of central mechanics of the quest because it was quite well designed in the first place, like most of the quests in Angmar Awakened, to be honest. The main change that I think is worth noting is that they've taken out the 2 copies of Sudden Assault, which was a really horrible treachery which would cause the enemies in the staging area to make an immediate attack on you, and you couldn't cancel it. So that was a really horrible card, and I'm glad they've removed that one from this quest. What they've done in terms of the encounter cards is tried to double down on the side quest mechanic, which was introduced with this expansion, and this quest in fact, I guess. So you can see there the Orc Abductor, which is a new enemy. He has a forced effect. At the end of the round, if Orc Abductor is in the staging area, search the encounter deck, discard pile and victory display for Rescue Iarian, and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. So that's the one that puts this ally face down underneath it, and you've got 4 turns to complete it. And again, this ally, this enemy here, he's got another force effect. After he attacks and destroys an ally, search the encounter deck, discard pile and victory display for Orc Ambush and reveal it. So all of these cards have these effects that kind of make you keep revealing these side quests. So you have to try to play around these effects and make sure they don't keep triggering all the time. It's not the end of the world if they do happen to go off, but it just makes the game go on even longer most of the time. These enemies aren't too threatening other than those forced effects, but they do have fairly large stats, so you do need a good amount of attack and defense to handle them. In terms of locations, we've got 3 new ones. Outskirts of Archer, 5 threat, so not nice. That one, when you travel there, you have to go and get Protect the Brelanders, which is a new side quest. That one is probably my least favourite one just because it says Surge, so it's effectively 2 cards if it comes out. And it's got that forced effect. At the end of the quest phase, if no progress was placed on Protect the Brelanders, place 1 resource on it. Then raise each player's threat by the number of resources on Protect the Brelanders. So you might remember that you have to raise your threat by 1 at the end of every round for enemies that are in the staging area. So this kind of doubles down on that effect as well, I guess, and forces your threat up even more quickly. So not one you can ignore, unfortunately. You probably do need to complete this one if it does come out. Another location is Northern Chetwood. Forced, after progress is placed on Northern Chetwood and it is still in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile and victory display for Lost in the Wilderness and reveal it. So I guess this location is intended to put you off playing things like Northern Tracker and Asfaloth. Because typically I will not travel to there unless I know I can complete that one, because Lost in the Wilderness is the side quest that places your hand underneath it, and you have to complete the side quest to get your cards back. So really nasty and annoying side quest, especially if you see it early on. So that's one that you need to play around carefully, that Chetwood location. And then this one, Greenway Path, not too threatening, 3 threat. But could be annoying if you can't get it out of the staging area, because it says at the end of the round, if Greenway Path is in the staging area, search the encounter deck, discard pile and victory display for Shadow the War Party and reveal it. And that's a new side quest. Each copy of Orc War Party cannot be engaged, cannot be dealt damage and gets +2 threat. When revealed, return each engaged Orc War Party to the staging area. So in my playthroughs of this quest, the when revealed effect hasn't really done anything, because typically I won't engage an Orc War Party until I know I can kill it. But that +2 threat can be tricky, and this is not one you can ignore as well, because you need to kill the War Party to win the game. So you have to complete this if it does come out. You can't just leave it there. Then we've got 2 treacheries. A Great Host, which has got the artwork that I've used for the thumbnail for this video. When revealed, each player returns each enemy engaged with him to the staging area. That was another kind of sub-theme in this quest that made enemies go back to the staging area when you were planning to kill them. Either search the encounter deck, discard pile and victory display for Orc Rearguard and reveal it, or each player must deal 4 damage to a character he controls. Shuffle the encounter deck. To be honest, this one is not that threatening because of that 4 damage option. Typically, I will put that damage on something like an Envoy of Pelargir, or maybe even Treebeard. He can take a 4 damage hit. So that one's not that bad. I'd rather take the damage most of the time than I would the Orc Rearguard, which is a side quest that only allows you to put 3 progress on the quest card, so it really slows you down a lot, that one. Another one that you want to avoid in terms of side quests, I think, if you're trying to get through this. So this guy's not too bad, but this one is really horrible. Kill them. When revealed, search the encounter deck, discard pile and victory display for a copy of Orc War Party and add it to the staging area. So far so good. Shuffle the encounter deck. Either remove all progress from the main quest, or each Orc War Party in the staging area makes an immediate attack against the player with the highest threat. This card, if you get it on turn 1, is basically a game ender. Certainly for this deck anyway, there's nothing in this deck that can handle 2 6 attack enemies attacking you on turn 1. So if I get this on turn 1, I pretty much just scoop, to be honest. I guess it's a straight replacement for the Sudden Assault Treachery. I guess you can cancel this as well, which makes it a bit fairer. But it's still really nasty, and it can end you if you're not ready for it. So typically what I like to do is try to get a couple of progress on this on turn 1, just so that I can take that option of removing the progress. Otherwise, yeah, it's game over, unfortunately. Alright, so that's the encounter deck. Let's have a look at the Harad deck I'm going to play. So what I did when building this deck is kind of start with Kahliel. I wanted to build a Harad deck, and I pretty much threw all the Harad kind of themed cards at it, and then built it around that. So the Harad cards are mostly centered around the big beefy allies. We've got Firial, Jubair and Yazan, and of course they all cost 5, so that immediately kind of points us towards resource generation. The other thing we need is ways to get them out of the deck and onto the table, so we need a lot of draw. So I played around with a few different heroes, but the ones I went for in the end are Denethor, because he starts with 2 resources, so he immediately puts you up in terms of resource generation. And also because he lets me play Steward of Gondor without feeling too guilty about it as well, is another nice thing. So 3 copies of Steward. Also because he's a noble, we can use Captain's Wisdom on him to get 2 resources. He doesn't really contribute a lot besides money. He's only 1 willpower. He can be used as an early game defender if we need him to, although not against these enemies, I have to say. But that's typically all he's here for, really, is maybe a little bit of quest power, maybe a weak defender, mostly resource generation. Giving the stewardship to Kahliel and then passing his money to Kahliel to pay for Harad allies for the rest of the game. And then in this version I've got Gríma. I've tried a few different lore heroes. I think you need lore with Harad to get access to draw, to get the allies out of the deck. I've tried Bifur and I've tried Pippin, who I think is a good multiplayer option. But I think Gríma is good for this quest, in solo anyway, because you've got time in this quest, because we don't need to engage enemies early on. Obviously his ability keys into accelerating your deck. You can lower the cost of the first card you play, or the next card you play, sorry, by 1. And it will get doomed 1, but of course we can run the Keys of Orthanc, give them to Kahliel, he'll get even more money to pay for the Harad allies. And with lore, we get access to Peace and Thought, which I think is a really key card here. I was pleased to see that other people had gone this route of using Peace and Thought in their decks as well, because you can exhaust Kahliel and say Denethor is not too much of a loss, really, 1 willpower essentially, and ready Kahliel with a Harad ally and draw 5 cards with that card. Really amazing card. And then maybe you can ready Kahliel as well the turn after by discarding an ally you don't need and play a Captain's Wisdom, and then maybe play one of the bigger allies and get them on the table as quickly as possible. So the rest of the deck is all around resource generation, drawing cards, and playing big beefy allies. We've got Gandalf and 3 copies of Sneak Attack, it makes sense. We can also sneak other allies if we need to, such as Joubert if we need an emergency defender. Got a copy of Treebeard because I'm generating so many resources. He's so good for his cost, so why not include a copy? And I've got Faramir and the headdress, 2 copies of Kahliel's headdress. I think Harad is a sort of balanced deck. It's kind of a jack of all trades, but it can quest quite well in the late game. I can get up to, say, 27, 30 willpower between Kahliel's headdress and Faramir. So I think it does bring a decent amount to the table in a multiplayer setting, with Yazan with his ranged and Joubert with his sentinel, nice backup defender for the table maybe. And I've also got a copy of Send for Aid, which is possibly debatable in solo, but in multiplayer it's amazing. We played it last week in our group, and we got Gandalf, Treebeard and Legolas from this side quest. So definitely worth including, I think, at least 1 copy to keep testing it here, and I've been reasonably happy with it so far in this quest because we've got Iarion on the table, and he gets stats based on the number of quest cards in play, so this is effectively 1 willpower while it's out as well because of Iarion. So that's the deck. What I'm going to do now is reshuffle all this stuff and come back with a playthrough. I'll see you there. Okay, I've reset everything here, and looking at my opening hand, what you want to see when you play Harad, I think, is draw. We need to get cards out of the deck and onto the table. I've got Resource Generation, Keys of Orthanc and Stew of Gondor, but nothing to draw cards, so I'm going to take a mulligan and try to find Peace and Thought. Didn't get it, but we've got Heed the Dream and Daron's Runes and Faramir who could play first turn, which is pretty good. So yeah, we're going to be stuck with that. So we'll take Iarion and put him here. Flip this over and set up. Put Iarion into play. Add 1 Orc War Party to the staging area. Each player adds 1 different location to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So I am going to grab Shrouded Hills, because there's only 1 copy of it. It's only 1 threat on the first turn, and because while there's 1 quest card in play, it gains Surge. So it's good to take Surge cards out of the encounter deck. It's not going to Surge here because we're adding it to the staging area, not revealing it. And that means we probably won't have to deal with that card again this game. Then Iarion, we've got him in play, so let's remind ourselves of what he does. X is the number of quest cards in play, which is currently 1. The first player gets control of Iarion. Response: after a side quest is revealed from the encounter deck, ready Iarion, and if he leaves play, we lose the game. And then we've got the Orc War Party, cannot have attachments, so no traps. While Orc War Party is in the staging area, enemies in the staging area cannot take damage. The players cannot win the game while Orc War Party is in play, so we have to kill them, and we have to get 30 progress on this quest card. It says, enemies do not make engagement checks. Forced. At the end of the refresh phase, raise each player's threat by 1 for each enemy in the staging area. The players cannot defeat this stage unless the first player controls Iarion. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. Okay, so let's kick off. Another Heed the Dream. Interesting. I'll probably play that now with Gríma's resource to try to find Peace and Thought for the end of the turn. So let's look at the top 5. Didn't get it, but we do have either a refugee, maybe the headdress would be a good pull here. I'll take the refugee. I've just noticed I didn't give Denethor his 2 resources for his setup ability, so I'll do that now. We have to add 2 resources to his pool. Then we'll go to the planning phase. I'm probably going to play Faramir here because we need to get some progress on this quest. So let's play him for 4. Not a great start, to be honest. But hey ho, we'll live with it. So we'll do that, and then we're going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just want to get some progress, like I said. And we've got 4 that we're up against. Reveal 1 card. Orc Rearguard, okay. So no threat, but it means we can't place more than 3 progress tokens. And while that's the current quest, it gains Forced. At the end of the staging step, reveal 1 card from the encounter deck. So we want to make sure we can complete that if we go there, because we're going to be up against 2 encounter cards. Anyway, I'm going to boost by 4 to make sure we do get that 3 progress on there. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. And then I'll travel to the Shrouded Hills. And I'm going to go up 1 threat for the Orc War party in the staging area, and then we'll go to the next turn. Oh, and by the way, I forgot actually there, Iariam would have readied and got another willpower, so I didn't actually need to use Faramir for that. I would have got the 3 progress anyway, I think, but never mind, doesn't matter now. Okay, I didn't use Gríma's ability last turn, but really I had nothing to play it on other than this Heath Dream. I think I'm going to use it now though, so I'll do Doomed 1 for the next card I play, and I will play this Southron Refugee. And then I'll probably use it and get this tribesman onto the table just to get a bit more questing power. And I'm going to try to clear Shrouded Hills this turn. So we'll do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up against 3 right now. And I'm going to keep Denethor back in case we get Orc Ambush. And we will reveal 1 card, Soldier of Angmar, so 2. So I'm going to use Faramir to boost us by 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4. Go to 11. So we get 6 progress, so 5 and 1 on there. Okay, so that cleared that way. I cannot engage this guy because I cannot defend 5 attack consistently yet. So I'll probably use Gríma's resource here to do Heed the Dream. I'd really like to find Peace and Thought. Let's see what we're going to get. Yeah, Peace and Thought. Okay, I was about to draw another one as well. It's a bit annoying. So we'll close that, shuffle, and then we'll refresh. See what we get. Daryl's Runes, right. I don't think I'll play anything here. I think we just keep questing and try to get things on the table. I think I need to raise my threat by 2 for the enemies in the staging area. We could do Send for Aid and quest on that. I think that's probably a good idea. So we'll play that one, although we cannot put more than 3 on it. But I think that's okay. Hopefully we'll see a location this turn. So let's quest again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. 6, 7, 8, 9 up against 5. We'll definitely boost with Faramir. I'm going to quest on Send for Aid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 14. Reveal 1. Outlying Homestead, Doomed 1. Whilst in the staging area, players cannot reduce their threat. Travel, reveal a card from the encounter deck. So Doomed 1 and an extra 2. So we would have got 7, but we only get 3. And then I'll probably travel there to get out of there, I think. Although next turn we're going to have a tricky one because we're going to have 2 heroes exhausted. So I might just leave it actually. It's only 2 threat, and if I can get Send for Aid to go off, that would be really helpful. So let's go up 2 threat for the enemies in the staging area, and then we will play in the refresh phase. We'll do Peace and Thought. Pay 1 or use his ability. I think we'll use his ability. So we'll do that and we'll draw 5, exhausting these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fantastic. Another Peace and Thought. So what I can do now is discard the Southron Refugee to ready Kahliel, and then I can play the second Peace and Thought with Gríma's resource. And we'll draw another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, very nice. And then refresh. Unfortunately, I've got 3 exhausted heroes now. I've drawn Steward though, so that's good. Did I raise my threat by 2? Let me just check. Yes, I did. That's good. Okay, we're probably going to sneak attack Gandalf this turn just to get some questing power. I know I can't lower my threat because of this, but I probably need to get something on the table so that I can quest past this. So we'll do... Let's see, I only got 1 Harad ally to discard, and I don't really want to discard Firial. But I'd like to play the Captain's Wisdom. I think we'll do Daron's Runes here. Draw 2. And yeah, do we need that one? I've got something I can discard now. Probably won't discard Yazan. I'll probably discard the Spear, because we really only need 1 of those to complete this quest. So I'll get rid of that. Then I'm going to chuck Yazan away to ready Kahliel, and I'll exhaust him, and I'll play the Captain's Wisdom, get 2 resources, and then I'm going to play Steward of Gondor onto Kahliel. paying 2, 1, 2, and then use it immediately, get into 5. And then I can use Gríma's ability, so doomed 1. I'll just do that now. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Firial. Nice. Now that's going to let us control what we bring into the staging area, essentially. Every time she commits to the quest, I can discard a card. So we're currently questing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're up against 7. So I think I need to sneak attack Gandalf here in the quest phase, and I'll probably draw 3 just to keep the deck moving. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Keys of Orthanc, nice. And then we'll quest with all these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Questing on Send for Aid. Reveal 1 or look at it. Orc War Party, another 3 threat. I think I can tolerate that. I don't want it to be kill them. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. So we'll use Faramir and we'll boost by 4, I believe. 5, so we get a 17. Okay, so we get 7 progress, so we do complete Send for Aid, which is good, because now I can look at the top 10 cards of my deck and put an ally into play. And there's plenty to choose from there. I think we'll go for a Treebeard. Nothing like a free Treebeard. So we'll get him down and shuffle that. Then Gandalf will come back to my hand after the quest phase. I'm going to travel there now, I think. Hopefully we won't get an enemy. Fingers crossed. So we have to reveal a card from the encounter deck. Angmar Orc. Okay, when revealed, either discard 1 ally from play or reveal an additional encounter card. I'm going to have to discard an ally. And I will discard probably the refugee. And I think I need to engage him, otherwise I'm going to be going up 4 threat a turn, which is insane. So I'm going to engage that guy and give him a shadow card. Now I could do this undefended, but I'm probably not going to do that. I'm going to discard this refugee to ready Kahliel, and I'll defend it with Kahliel. No shadow effect, so no damage on him because he's defending for 2. And that is everything I'm going to do this turn, so I'm just going to refresh. And we'll go up 3 threat. 1, 2, 3. And next round. Alright, got Yazan. So I'm going to bring Treebeard down here so I remember to give him a resource. +2 for Kahliel. And then in the resource phase, I'm going to exhaust Denethor to get another 2 resources. And I will pass one of those to Kahliel just to get as much on him as possible. I think I want to find Jubei, really. I'm not convinced I've got anything here I want to discard with these Delmon's runes, so I'll wait till I draw a copy of something. So I'll probably sneak attack Gandalf, lower my threat by 5. And the question is, can we kill something this turn? I can defend this with maybe Treebeard, maybe even Iarion. And then I want to kill it for 6. So we'd have 4, 5, 6 with Kahliel. That seems okay. So let's play probably the headdress. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. I'll get that down so we got a lot more questing power on the table. 2, 3, 1, 2, and she's going to be 4. Alright, and I think I'll play the Keys of Orthanc as well on him with one of his resources. And do I want to do a Doomed 1 healer just to get another resource? Yeah, let's do it. Gríma's ability, pay 1 for a Warden of Healing, and that will give another resource to Kahliel. Okay, then quest phase. Now, if I want to do 6 on this guy, I'm going to need Gandalf and Kahliel, I think. So we'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Currently up against 8. What are we questing on is the question. Not this, we'll just go on the main quest until we get another enemy out of there. I'm going to quest with the healer as well for 11. We'll reveal 1 card. Okay, Orc Abductor, yeah, I'll probably take him out of there actually. At the end of the round, if he's in the staging area, search the encounter deck, discard upon victory display for rescue Iarion and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Do not want him in there. He's adding 2 anyway, so we currently get 1 progress. I'm going to boost by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get another 5 on there. Didn't quite clear it, unfortunately. Now then, encounter phase. I'll probably engage this guy just to get him out of the staging area. And I'll sneak attack Gandalf. Now, I would like to lower my threat, otherwise we're going to go to 46, so I'll probably have to do that. I'd like to kill one of these as well, really, but I don't think I can do it. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Okay, then defending these. We'll defend that one with Gandalf so he doesn't take any damage, I think. Nothing, so no damage from him. And then this guy... probably defend with Kahliel, because Treebeard can actually do a damage to him. +1 for each quest card in play, so that's 2. So he's going to take 2 wounds. Then we'll do an attack back and do 1 wound to that guy. He's going to come back to hand. Then we go to the refresh phase. I will use the headdress and reshuffle the topmost Harad, which is that one. Shuffle it back in, and then we will go to the next turn. And I have to go up 3 threat for those enemies in the staging area. 1, 2, 3. Another Gandalf, that's nice for sneak attack purposes. So I'll do Steward for 2. And then I think here I'm going to do another resource on Treebeard. I'm going to do Zan. I'll move a resource from Denethor first, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and play Zan. So now he can start to do some damage to these guys. Question is, how am I going to defend these? Probably sneak attacking Gandalf again. Okay, questing. Well, I want to kill one. So if I defend that one with Kahliel, I could defend it with Denethor actually, so let's do that. We'll defend him with Denethor, and we'll defend this one either with Treebeard or Gandalf. If I defend it with Treebeard, I could ready him and then do an attack for 7 +1 damage. Not quite enough to kill the Abductor. We need 9, so I need 2 more attack power. Probably from Kahliel. So we can do 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 +1 damage on the Angmar Orc. So that seems okay. Just a question of how we defend this. I guess with Treebeard. We've also got Sneak Attack Gandalf as an option. So let's quest with the others. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not quite enough, I think, because we've got 8 in there at the moment. Now, if I Faramir on myself, I can get an extra 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is probably okay. I think that's probably enough to see us through here. Especially since we're not questing on this yet. We're just questing on this one, trying to get rid of Outlying Homestead. So let's do that. We'll go to 13. And then reveal 1 card, or look at it with Furial anyway. Northern Chetwood, so that's going to add 4. Which will take us to 12, so we'll get 1 progress. Well, there are worse cards, so we'll take that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we get 1. Let's just double check. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 apparently. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14. Okay, I must have miscounted somewhere, so we do get 2. Let's double check the staging area. 4, 7, 9, 12. Yeah, alright. Fair enough. So I'll travel there and I'll try to make sure I can complete that next turn. Question is, do I want to engage one of these? Because I can sneak attack Gandalf now, just to get it out of there. I'm going to kill this guy this turn. So that seems like a reasonable plan. I'm going to engage him. Okay. It's 28, 25. Alright. So shadow cards. And then we're going to sneak attack Gandalf. And I'll probably drop my threat by 5, although I'd like to take the draw. We're going to go up another 2 at the end of this turn. Let's do 5, so we'll go down to 37. And then I will defend this one with Denethor. Nothing. Got rid of that side quest too. So no damage on Denethor. Then I'll defend the Soldier of Angmar with Gandalf. No shadow effect, so you're just going to take a damage. And then this Orc Abductor I'll defend with Treebeard. Return attacking enemy to the staging area after this attack. Oh, that's horrible, because now it's going to get Rescue Yarian. Okay, he's going back there. So Treebeard takes a wound from that one as well. Now, does that change my plan in any way? I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 effectively with Yazan. So if I ready Treebeard, it goes up to 10. So I could do 7, 8, which is enough to kill him. Not quite enough to kill that Angmar Orc though. So is it worth it? I could keep Treebeard's resources. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 2 wounds and ping him for 1. He's the worst enemy, so let's take him out. We're going to ready Treebeard. I'll do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that will kill him, and I can put a damage on that Angmar Orc with Yazan's ability. So he's all gone. And then I'm going to heal. I'll heal Treebeard and Kahliel. And then this guy is going to make me go and get Rescue Yarian, which is blooming annoying. So we're going to go and do that now. I know it went in the discard pile a second ago. There it is. So we get that one. Reveal it. So, time 4. When revealed, the first player loses control of Yarian and places him face down underneath this stage. When this stage is defeated, the first player takes control of Yarian and exhausts him. After the last time counter is removed from this stage, discard Yarian. So he goes there, face down. There we go. Alright, so then Gandalf comes back to hand, sorry, I forgot about that, and then refresh. And I've actually got the headdress, so instead of playing drawing Firial, I'm going to reshuffle this Harad ally into my deck. With that, it's tricky to do this on Octagon, and then draw a card. Oh, it's Firial again. Okay, so Steward for 2, and I have to go up 3 threat for these enemies. 1, 2, 3. We need questing power, really. I think I'm going to do Daryl's Runes. I can discard Firial. Nope, I'll discard that Steward. And I'll do another one, just to see if I can get something else. Okay, discard Faramir. Okay, that works out really well, because now I've got Joubert on the table. And I can probably get him down. We will go... give a resource to Treebeard. I think we'll go... let's see, I can do that one, and then I can move a resource from Denethor to Kahliel. And I could make it doomed 1, but it's risky because I'm going up 3 threats, so I don't think I want to do that now. So I'm going to do 1, 2 for the refugee, and then use the refugee and do 1, 2, 3, 4 for Joubert. I probably would have done the doomed had I had sneak attack in hand, but I don't right now. So I'm going to pull this guy down and defend him with Joubert, which means he will only do 1 wound to him, which is fine. So I'm thinking about questing power now and how I'm going to kill this guy. I need 9 to kill him, but I need to make sure I get through Northern Chetwood as well. And this should have 3 time tokens. And this is a problem having these 2 out at the same time as well, because I can only put 3 on that maximum. So I guess we quest reasonably well this turn and just defend these 2 out. And I can attack with Yazan and do a damage to him and kill him without even doing any damage to that guy. So that's probably the right play here, which means we need a defender for him, which is going to be Joubert. Defender for him, probably Denethor, maybe even Treebeard. So let's quest with everybody else. We'll do 3, 4, 5, 9. That's not enough because we've got 8 in there. So I think we do the tribesman for another 2. And we will do the healer maybe, although I probably want to heal these 2. So maybe we do Treebeard. And I'll boost with Faramir for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go to 18. Look at the card of Firial, another Northern Chetwood. So we will be getting 6 progress, which is exactly what we need to clear that. So that's okay. So we'll clear that one. We'll travel there. And then we'll engage the Orc Abductor. I keep wanting to call him the Orc Bus Conductor for some reason. That word, abductor, is a conductor. Anyway, defend. Discard the shadow card with Joubert's response after he exhausts to defend an attack. Discard a face-down shadow card from a non-unique enemy, so he's going to take a wound. And then I'll defend this one with Denethor, so hope he doesn't die. +1, if it destroys an ally, return attacking enemy to a staging area. That is not going to destroy an ally, because he's 3 defense, so no damage there. Then I'll do some healing, and my last action is going to be to declare an attack on this abductor. It's not going to do any damage, but I can do 1 damage to the Angmar Orc with his response, so that'll kill him. And that will be the end of the turn, so we're going to go up 2 threat. This will lose a time counter, so we have to get some progress on that in this turn. Then I'll probably reshuffle a Harad ally if there are any in my discard pile. There is Yazan. So we'll reshuffle that with the headdress and go to next turn. He gets a resource, Steward for 2. I probably need to play Gandalf and lower my threat, so we're going to do that now. We'll do all the resources on Gandalf, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play him, lower my threat by 5, go to 39. And we're going to quest with him, I think, and try and get through this. We could get through that one, but I think we probably want to do that one over the next 2 turns, and then do that one, and then try and win. So, let's quest well here. We have 4. I can defend that with Treebeard. I can defend it with Joubert, actually, and then I want to kill this guy with 9. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, because I can ready Kahliel, no problem. So we will do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14. Currently up against 6. And I think I'm gonna quest with Gandalf as well. Really want to make sure we clear this. The most we could reveal is 5 threat, which would take us to 7 progress. So we can Faramir if we need to. So reveal 1 card. Soldier of Angmar for another 2. So we're getting 10. So we'll get 6 on there and 3 on here. So that goes away. I'm probably going to have to engage this guy, otherwise the staging area is going to get out of control. So we'll bring him down, swap these 2 over, and give them some shadow cards. I think I'm going to defend this one with Joubert and discard the shadow card from that one so that he doesn't kill anything. Have a look at this. +1 attack. If it destroys a character, raise your threat by 3. It is not going to destroy him. He's going to take 2 wounds. So that's lucky. And then this guy's coming in for 5. I can defend that with Denethor and just take 2 wounds on him. Or I could do Treebeard. Let's see. I know I want to ready Kahliel and do an attack of 9 to kill this Orc Conductor. So we'll do 3, 7, 9. So let's save the 2 and we'll defend that. So he's going to take 2 wounds. And then we will attack with... let's keep Joubert actually and discard Firial. So ready Kahliel. And then we'll do 2, 6, 9 on this guy. 1 damage on this guy. So he dies. And then we could also do... I didn't realise we have Faramir, but I don't think he's going to contribute a lot here. So then we go to the end of the round. We get a time counter off of that one. And we go up by 2 threat for those. Gandalf's going to leave play. First I will reshuffle Firial into my deck. He leaves play, and then we go to the next turn, I believe. Okay, Steward for 2. We could play this Envoy and just move a resource to Kahliel and do Gandalf next turn, I think. So we'll play her just for another ally on the table. 1, 2, put it on Kahliel. Alright, now questing, we need to get through Rescue Iarion and then this rearguard thing. So we're going to do 4, 5. I probably don't want to quest with him because I need him to keep Joubert alive. So we'll do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Currently up against 6. I think that looks okay. I'm probably going to quest with Denethor as well. Then we've got 7 to attack him, which is enough to kill him. And these 2 to defend, plus a healer. That looks good. Look at the card. Rugged Country. It was going to be 4 threat, which gives us 3 progress, which is exactly what we need to rescue Iarian. Good. So that goes to the victory display, and we will take control of him. Exhausted comes back into play. Then I'm going to travel there, definitely, and I probably won't engage either of these 2. I'm just going to mop up this Soldier of Angmar this turn. Don't think I gave Treebeard a resource. Let me just check that. No, so he'll be ready for next turn. Okay, Shadow card. I'll defend with Joubert, boost him to 4 defense, get rid of that Shadow card, and I'm going to heal 1, 2. So he's attacking for 5, I'm defending for 4, because when you use the Tribesman, you can give another Harad character +1 willpower attack and defense until the end of the phase. He's 4 defense, so he's going to take 1 wound. Doesn't kill him. Then we'll do 4, 5, 6, 7. Ping him for 1 damage when we declare him as an attacker. And that will do 4 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, so he's dead. Good. And that should be exhausted as well from last turn, but it doesn't make any difference. End of this round, I'm going to go up 2 threat again for these 2. Oh, it's getting close. And then we will reshuffle Harad ally from our discard pile. I'm probably going to reshuffle this one. It's the only one left, right? Yep. So reshuffle that, and then next turn. Firial, okay. So Steward for 2. And I'm going to play Gandalf here and lower my threat by 5. So we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for him. We go down to 40, buys us a little more time. I'm definitely going to pull down one of these this turn though. And then we'll do 1, 2 for the Warden of Healing. Alright, let's quest on the Orc Rearguard finally. So we know we're going to be revealing 2 encounter cards. So we definitely want to keep up some defenders in case we get that horrible kill them thing. So let's see. Quest with 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're up against 6. Let's quest with Kahliel for another 3. Denethor for 1. And we're going to bring down a war party this turn, so I can defend it with Gandalf and attack back for 7, 8, 9. So if I boost with Faramir, let's see, I'm going to put in this refugee as well for 2. And I think with a Faramir boost we can get through it, so let's have a look at the first card. Okay, Outskirts of Archet for 5. And the second card, end of the staging step, reveal 1 card from the encounter deck. Greenway Path for 3, so we go to 14, so we do need that boost. So we're going to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Takes us to 20, which I think is exactly what we need. 3 and 3. Amazing. So lucky. There we go. That goes to the victory display. Let me just check I got that right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we will travel to Greenway Path because we want to get that out of the staging area, and then I'm going to engage an Orc War Party. Now, who do I defend this with? Gandalf, I suppose. I would defend it with Joubert, but it will kill him. That might not be a huge loss because I've got him in hand, but probably better to keep him on the table, really. So let's chance it with Gandalf. Here we go. No shadow card, good. So he takes 2 wounds. I'll heal now. 1, 2, and then I'll heal Joubert. I'll heal Gandalf, why not? And then we'll do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kill the Orc War Party, get him out of there. And that will be the end of that round, I think. There's lots to keep track of in this, so I apologise for the slightly flaky plays here. He goes down by willpower, because that quest card left play. We got 1 threat for the Orc War Party, and Gandalf leaves play, and we're going to refresh, and hopefully we're getting into a position now where we can get a decent amount of progress on here. We have a huge board out, so we should be able to do this now. Shame I didn't have that last turn. I think we just quest all in here and try to smash this now. Bring down this war party this turn, defend it with Joubert and kill it off with Treebeard and Yazan. They'll be attacking for 8 plus 1, that was 7, sorry, plus 1 damage from his ability, so I need another 1 attack character, which can be an Envoy of Pelargir. And I'll keep Denethor up as well. So quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12. Not a huge amount, we're up against 8. So we need a little bit more. I'm going to do Denethor as well, 13. And I can actually quest with somebody else because I can ready Kahliel later. So let's quest with... Yazan's a 3 willpower quester, Joubert's a 2. Let's quest with Treebeard as well. And probably Yazan 2, because I can ready both of them for another 3. Okay, reveal 1 card, look at it with Firiel. That's typical. That cannot be engaged, cannot be dealt damage against +2 threat. I'm tempted to discard that, just because it's going to slow us down, so I'll get rid of that with Firiel and reveal another card instead. Ha! Kill them, okay. When revealed, search the encounter deck, discard pile and victory display for a copy of Orc War Party and add it to the staging area. There should be one in here, I think. No, okay. 2 copies of Kill Them in there, though. Alright, so we've got some immediate attacks coming in. We don't shuffle that. Okay, so either remove all progress from the main quest or each Orc War Party in the staging area makes an immediate attack against the player with the highest threat. I think I'm going to take the 4 progress off, not a big deal at all. 4, fine. Alright, so that added 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're currently getting 7. I'm going to boost. I have to check what I'm boosting by. Boost by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 26. Gives us 15. So 5 and 10 on here. Good. And then I'm not going to travel there because I don't want to do that side quest. So I'm just going to engage this. And in the encounter phase, I will ready Yazan by discarding Firiel. Go combat phase, shadow card, ready Treebeard. For 2, I'm going to defend this with Joubert, discard its shadow card and give him +1 defense, so it's 4. He takes 2 wounds. Then we do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 damage on it from Yazan's response because it's a non-unique enemy, and then he will take 5. So that is dead, and then we'll heal for 2. And that will be the end of that round. We have to go up by 1 threat for that war party. And I'm thinking, is it worth the Peace and Thought? I think it probably is, actually. So I'll reshuffle Firiel, and then I'll play Peace and Thought with Gríma, and I'll draw 5, exhausting Kahliel and Denethor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and a new turn. I've got another refugee, so a little bit more questing power. 2 there, and that's exhausted. I will play the refugee for another 2 willpower. He should get a resource, and Heed the Dream. What's left in the deck? Are there any allies that I would like to see? Probably one of these guys, so we may as well play it. We'll do that. Top 5. Alright, another... Oh, Gandalf, actually. Did I go at 1 threat last turn? 43. Yeah, so I did. I'll probably take Gandalf there, because I've got so many resources, and we just want to quest through. So I'll pay 5 for him straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play him and lower my threat. Go down to 39. Just keep the game going. And we will do nothing else because I've got 4 readies potentially for Kahliel. So I'm going to ready Kahliel, and then we'll quest for as much as possible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14. Let's do 18. This is probably more than enough to get through that. got 8 in there. Look at the card with Furial. Okay, when revealed, each player returns each enemy engaged into the staging area. Either search the encounter deck, discard pile, and victory display for Orc rearguard. I'm not doing that. Or each player must deal 4 damage to a character he controls. Yep, that Envoy of Pelargir just got absolutely squashed. So she'll die. And we added no threat though, which is really good. So we're currently getting 10 progress. So I'll boost with Faramir. Boost by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go to 25. Which is giving us, what, 17 progress? So we'll go to 27, so we can do it next turn. Okay, then I'm going to engage this Orc War Party again. Bring it down. Same router. Shadow card, defend with Joubert, +1 defense. Discard it, he takes 2 damage. And then can I kill it? Yes, I can, because I can do discard Joubert to ready Kahliel. I'm going to do 2, 6, 9, +1 damage on it. Dead. And heal. Just the same kind of routine. You really get into this routine when you play the Harad deck of using the headdress at the end of every round. You have to get into that cycle and knowing how to defend with Joubert. Really nice once you get it going. Okay, so we're going to do that, shuffle, and go to the next turn. It's a very long game, I have to say. It's probably the longest one I've ever played with this deck. Did I shuffle my deck? Yes, it did. Okay, Tree gets a resource, but we're going to complete it now, unless something happens that completely nails us. We'll do Steward, that should be exhausted. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, and 14. That seems like enough to me. I think it would be overkill to commit anything else. The most we can reveal is 5 threat. So we'll look at the card. Go and get an Orc War Party. I think there's another one of those in the encounter deck. This is funny because now that War Party is going to make an attack. So I do not want to take 27 progress off of there. So I'm going to let this trigger because I don't want another one coming up. So I will go and grab a War Party. And they should be there. That's fine. So we'll add that to the staging area. I'm not going to take all the progress off the main quest. And now that's going to make an immediate attack against the player with the highest threat, which is obviously me. So they get a shadow card. I'm going to defend it with Joubert and discard the shadow card and give him +1 defense. So he will get 2 damage. So it's added 3 threat. So we get 6 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have to kill this War Party. So I'm going to discard a card to ready Joubert at the end of the quest phase. Travel phase, I'm not going to go there. But I will probably... Let's see, how can I kill it? We've got 3, 7, 8 +1 damage, so that's fine. So even if it kills Joubert, I wouldn't lose. Unless it bounces to the staging area. I think the chance of that is pretty low. I can even heal him actually. So what I'm going to do is discard Yazan to ready this tribesman. And then I will heal Joubert. And then I'll engage the War Party. Shadow card. Defend with Joubert. Discard that. +1 defense, so it takes 2 wounds. And now I can do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. +1 damage from his ability. That will do 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kills the War Party. And we win the game. That was a tough game. I think probably one of the toughest playthroughs I've had on this quest with this deck. Certainly one of the longest anyway. What was that? Turn 13. It's usually over by turn 7 or 8. So that was a tough game. I don't know what that was like to watch, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm pretty happy with the way Harad is shaping up, as you can see there. Admittedly, they need to be supported by some power cards. Steward of Gondor, Sneak Attack Gandalf really kept me in the game. Treebeard is fantastic in this deck. And Faramir as well really sends the questing power through the roof. Overall though, I do like the way Harad are going, and I'm hoping that in the next adventure pack they will get some kind of event that really makes them sing. I would really like it if they got something like an event where you could put an ally into play from your discard pile and then return it to your hand at the end of the phase, something like that. Something that brings them kind of like to the level of Sylvan, where they have some signature events that you go, oh yeah, this is really cool, and this is why we play Sylvan. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd be curious to hear what you think about Harad and the way Harad decks are shaping up. I'll post the deck list on RingsDB and you can find it in the description as always. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.